Hi there, Dan here. In this video I'll be going through how to use the GoodNotes 5 app on an iPad and to show some of the new features that they've added over the last year or two, as well as a general overview of how to use the app. Check out the timestamps in the bottom to better navigate to the topics that are more relevant for you. So the first thing I wish to cover is how to write in GoodNotes. Most people will use a stylus to write on here, and to set this up, the first thing you'll need to do is just make sure it's paired. So just insert that into your iPad, or if you've got a later version, just connect it by the magnet and it should come up with a pairing request. So just tap pair, and once you've done that, you should now be able to use the stylus on your iPad. In GoodNotes you have two modes, one's writing mode and one's no pen mode. So if you see the toolbar up here with the pen icon and so on, that means you're in writing mode, and you should see a pen with a line through it in the top right. If you tap this, it will just go into reading mode. Now there is different functionality in the two that we'll cover later on, but for now just tap this and you should see the various icons along the top. If you tap the pen icon, you can see it's selected already for me. If we just tap this, you've got different types of pens, so fountain pen, ball pen and brush pen. These have slightly different functionality. So you can see for a fountain pen you've got the tip sharpness that you can either have as rounded or sharp, and also pressure sensitivity. So just so you can see this, I'm just going to pick a wide pen thickness. And if you just write on here, but you just change the pressure I'm applying to the pen, you can see on here the different size of the line. Now if I pick the ball pen, this will just be the same all the way through. And brush pen has even more pressure sensitivity. I'm just going to clear this for now. I'll cover the eraser in a minute. But if you tap back onto the pen, you'll see a few options down the bottom. One's draw and hold, and this is quite nice if you're trying to draw shapes. And there's also a really good fill color option at the bottom. So if you make sure draw and hold selected and fill color, I'm just going to select a different color. So let's pick orange. And if I just draw a shape, just draw a rectangle and hold it down, you can see not only has it snapped into shape to draw the rectangle, it's also put a transparent fill color, so it's slightly lighter in the center. So once you've drawn that shape, what you can actually do is tap the undo button, and it actually removes the line but keeps the actual transparent layer. Now if you hit the undo button again, it will go away. But it's really nice functionality to be able to, for example, you can use this to highlight areas or highlight words in your planner. But one thing you can also do is, once you've got the shape, is there's a lasso tool, which I'll cover in more detail, but just while I'm here. Tap inside, you've got Resize, which allows you to resize the shape. But you've also got color, so you can actually change color as well. Now moving on to the next tool, we have the eraser tool. And what this allows you to do is, there's a few settings in here. You can clear page, which is what I used before. You've got erase entire stroke. And just to explain in a bit more detail, what that does is, if you've got a stroke like this, now you can either erase the entire stroke, so that just wipes it completely away, or you can take that off and then it will just be partial amounts. So you also got erase highlighter only. So just to show how this works is, if I had some words here, and come to it in a minute, but so let's say we've got the highlighter tool, you might not want to delete the underlying text. You might only want to delete the actual highlight. So by having this on means that the text won't get deleted, but the highlighter does. And obviously if you had that off, it would all go away. You've also got, with the highlighter function, it can also snap into place. So if you want to highlight in a straight line or something. But just make sure that you've got that option selected in here. There's also a shape tool here, but to be honest, I personally just use the pen tool. You've got fill color and snap to shape, so I personally don't think that this is as useful as just using the pen on its own. Now coming to the Lasso tool, this allows you to move around items, and you can select which items you wish to move. So I'm just going to add some writing and a sticker. I'll come back to that section of the tool in a minute. And if you've selected just to move images, so you've got handwriting off, then when I try and move this around, it won't pick up the handwriting. And you can just select whichever ones you want on. It can be useful, particularly if you've got a lot of objects close together and you only want to move a certain element on the page. So a few other functionalities with the Lasso tool. If you just select an area and tap inside, you have a few other options. You do have take screenshot, and that will do a square of the area that you've selected, and then you can share that either to your emails or copy it, wherever you want to send it to. You've also got a few other options. Add element, we'll come back to that in a minute. Got Resize, so you can make this larger and smaller. You can also change colour of, and this just obviously changes the colour of the annotations or text that you've written. You've also got convert, and what this does is actually converts the word here into a text box. Tap copy and then paste it. Long press with a finger and hit paste, and it converts it into a text box. But I'm just going to delete that for now. So I'm just going to go back to the different options. Obviously you've got cut, copy and delete, which are self-explanatory. If you do hit copy, you just need to long press with your finger and tap paste. Just moving on to the next tool, we have the elements tool here. The first thing you'll notice is stickers on the toolbar, and these are ones that I've recently used. But before I get into them, just tap the tool again. And what you'll see is, again, recent ones. So you can quickly add items you've already used. But down the bottom here, you'll have various different sections. So this is recents. These ones are free ones that GoodNotes loads in initially. So you can just tap on this, brings the item into your document. So you can just tap this. You can now, number one, see it's up here. And if you tap this again, you can go back to recents and you can see it appearing here. So you can just quickly grab it. So you've got various different sections that you can just jump to, but you can also create your own. So you can just tap here and add a new collection, and then you can add photos into here. Another way of doing this, I'm just going to cancel, is to tap on an image. So I'm just going to lasso this sticker, tap on this, and then tap add element. And what you can do is either add it to your own sections, or you can do new collection. Type in a new collection. Just going to type my items and then tap create. And what that will do is if we go back into our elements tool, we can now see a item here called my items with the item in here. For digital planning, there's lots of different uses, and I'm going to cover that in a separate video. But you can, for example, bring in templates or stickers into your planner. Then we have on here photos, so you can just go to your album and add in items from your photo album. You've got text box here, and there's actually a couple of different ways to use the text box. Number one, you can just tap with your finger, opens up the keyboard, and you can type in. And you can also change the font family, the size, alignment, color. You do have to do that before you start typing. So if I change the color now and type, you can see it coming in. I think there's a background, and you can also save your style so you've got it for future use. But one other thing to mention is if you've got the text box, I'm just going to come off the keyboard and just tap here. Instead of actually writing with this, I'm just going to make this bigger, and then I'm just going to write with the stylus. And just wait. And you can see it converts straight away into a text box. Now that can be really useful if, for example, your handwriting is not particularly neat and you'd rather be able to just write in using a stylus and for it to generate the items. Or you just want it in a font format for whatever reason. One thing to mention with this tool is if you do tap with the pen icon at the top, it actually thinks you're writing and it brings in icons here. You can actually use this presentation tool. The way you do this is you can actually share this through the AirPlay functionality on the iPad to, for example, a smart TV. And then you can just use this tool as a way to highlight certain items on there. Just one further thing to mention is I'm currently using dark mode, and you can toggle that off or on. So if you just drag down from the top right of your screen, then long press on the brightness icon, you should see a dark mode toggle. So I'm just going to turn this off now. So you can toggle between the two layouts. You can also change the scrolling direction just by tapping the three dots in the top right and changing scrolling direction here to vertical. And then if you scroll up and down, it will go to the next page. I personally prefer horizontal. So now I'm going to show how to add, copy, move and delete pages. And the first way to do this is just literally to drag the screen to the right, and you can see it says release to add page. And this just adds the same template as the previous page. Another option is to tap the plus icon in the top right. And you see some recently used ones along the top, or you can tap in more from template. And then you can choose here some default ones that GoodNotes has. So for example, we can just add in legal, and it will add in a new template. You do have the option of specifying before or after, and you can also add in other items such as images. You can scan documents using the iPad camera, and that will actually bring in the text as a text box. And also you can take photos or import other PDF documents into here so you can add in extra pages. If you then tap the 4 squares icon, you can see all the pages in your document. And it's easy to move them around just by long pressing and dragging wherever you wish it to be, and let go and it just moves the page. You can also easily duplicate just by tapping one of the downwards arrows below the page and tapping duplicate, and that will create a copy of the page. You can also tap the downward arrow and select move to trash, and it will move it to the trash bin, which we'll show later. You can also copy multiple items by tapping select, selecting the items you wish to use. You can either delete them, rotate them, or you can tap copy. And once you've done that, just select done. You can then either tap the plus icon and paste pages, or you can tap the downward arrow where you wish it to be inserted, and then say add page after, and then tap paste pages, and it just adds it after that page. You can favourite certain pages so you can access them more easily, and to do that you just tap the top right of the page that you wish to favourite, and you should see a flag come up. That then shows that it has been favorited. And you can see here you've got a section called favorites. If you tap on this, it will show all of the favorite pages in this document. So you can easily just tap this and it will jump to that page. You'll also notice in the top left, you have a tag icon showing to show that it's a favorite document. And you can therefore just, when you're on a different page, you can just tap that icon and it favorites it. And if you now go back to the pages layout, tap on favorites, you can see that both of them are showing here. So one more thing to mention is that you can create an outline for the document, and to do this what you just need to do is tap the downwards arrow for one of the pages, and you should see either add outline or manage outline. So let's just go to page 4, just going to add page to outline, I'm going to call this chapter 1. And what this allows you to do is if you now go to the outline section, you can see these reference pages and you can just jump to them quicker. You also have a search functionality in GoodNotes, so if you tap the magnifying glass in top left, you can then search this document. So I'm just going to type in name, and you can see them come up here, and that's picked up the text box. But you can also pick up handwriting. So if I just now type in hi, you can see it's actually picked up these icons as well. So not just text boxes, but handwriting too. This dashboard shows all of your documents. Now at the bottom here, you've got a search option. And you can also search in here. So if I again type in name, it will pick up all of the locations for the word name. So I'm just going to go into this document and you can see it's picked up here. So now I'm just going to go back to the dashboard and just talk about this section. So in the document section at the bottom left, you can see all of your documents on this one page. GoodNotes allows you to add folders, so it helps you categorize your document. So in the top left, we have a plus icon to add a new document. So you have an option to add in a notebook. This allows you to customize what cover you would like, the template you would like to use, and the name. You also have similar options as before. We can add in a folder to help organize. We can add an image, scan, take photos, import a PDF, or you've got Quick Note. And Quick Note here is the same as tapping twice on this icon. It just opens up the last template you used and allows you to just take notes straight away. Now I'm just going to tap the X icon in here just to close this tab. And because it's a new document, it will ask you to save. I'm just going to delete document. I'm just going to go back. Now you can delete a file just by tapping the downwards arrow and tapping move to trash. If you wish to recover a document, you just need to tap the cog icon in the top right, tap trash bin, and then you can recover it through here just by selecting the item that you wish to recover and then select recover, and it will bring it back into this document here. Now this also works if you've accidentally deleted a page. So I'm just going to go into a different document. This is one that has actually got hyperlinks. So certain sections will take you to different pages in the document. So I'm just going to tap on, for example, May. And if this page got deleted, so let's just delete this page. Then obviously any links to that page will no longer work. Now if you go back to the trash bin, you can see it showing here. You can recover, go back into the document, And now the hyperlink will work again. It's worth noting that to use hyperlinks, you need to be in read-only mode. If you're in write mode, the hyperlinks will not work. So just make sure that you are in read mode, and then they'll be able to work. Now I'm just going to go through how to import a document into GoodNotes. So if you tap the leftward pointing arrow, now you can try to import it through the app. So you can tap the plus icon, you can tap import, you can then go to the location where your file is. So in this case, I've just gone to our downloads folder, just tap on the document, and it should then bring in the document into GoodNotes. And it automatically opens it up so you can begin using the document. Another way of importing it in is to go to the home screen, go to the Files app, which should be a blue folder, then go to the location of your document, long press on the document, tap Share, and then find GoodNotes along the top. It will then ask you about importing as a new or a current document. Just make sure you import it as a new document, otherwise it will add it to the document you're currently in. And then again, it's brought the planner. The last way to import it in is through a browser. So if you just go to, in this case I'm going to go to Safari, you should have been given a link to a document that you've got opened in the browser. So in this case it's a PDF file. If you then just tap the share icon in the top right, scroll across to GoodNotes, tap this. Again, make sure we import as a new document, import to documents, and it should bring it into GoodNotes and then automatically open it up. One thing to note is if you're using a different browser such as Chrome, it often will not import correctly into GoodNotes. So we do recommend using Safari or one of the other import methods. You do have a few other options within settings. So if you tap the cog, tap settings, you should see a few items on here. One's iCloud. Try and turn this on if you wish to sync this between different devices. So for example, if you're working on a document on here and you've got like an iPhone or a different iPad, you can, if you're using the same account, sync it to your iCloud and you'll be able to use the exact same file. You've also got, if you tap the cog icon, settings, an option to email to GoodNotes. And what this allows you to do is you can get given an email address, and if you email a PDF to your email address, it will actually automatically come into the app. It's quite a nice function if you've got a PDF sent to you and you just wish to be able to use that in GoodNotes. So if you tap the downward arrow, you'll see some other options in here to move so you can better organize the documents. But you can also open a new window. So if you have two files that you wish to use at the same time, so let's suppose I wish to use a document as well as some stickers, you can now just be able to more easily copy and paste between the two. And also you can change the amount of size on each of the ones, depending on which ones you're focusing on more. So it's quite a nice way to work on multiple documents. And once you're finished, just drag it all the way to the side and it goes to that particular document that you've expanded. You can also back up your documents by going back to the dashboard, tapping the downward arrow, tapping export, and you have options to back it up either in a PDF, an image, or a GoodNotes format. If you have any problems with GoodNotes, one thing to make sure about is to go to the App Store, and just to make sure that you're actually using the latest version, just search for GoodNotes and just check that you don't need an update on your app. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and if you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments and we'll come back to you.